to understand, since this was a group exercise, and I understand you started a week back from zero, and today you are hero. You made the complete mind map. So explain the entire mind map in your best possible way. Okay. So please go ahead. Your time starts now, and I will be actually giving you 15 minutes, just like that. And once the 15 minutes are up, the clock will strike. Okay. So let's start with it. Your time is running now. Please go ahead.
Okay, so we have something like pre-project activity.
Recording in progress.
Yeah.
Okay, pre-project activity where we have business case, BMP, benefit management plan, and project life cycle where we have initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closure. In initiation, we do three things: project charter, assumption log, stakeholder register. Planning, just we plan the work. Execution, we act into. Monitoring and control, we do QA activity. Closure, we wrap up. And there is operations. So all the three together is coming under product life cycle, which we have pointed out from product life cycle. Okay. So going to Agile, we have manifesto, 4 manifesto, individual and interaction over process and tool, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. Agile, 12 principles are there. Satisfy the customer, welcome change, frequent delivery, collaboration, motivated individuals, face-to-face communication, working software, sustainable project, enhanced agility, simplicity, self-organizing team, retrospection. So basically in Agile, after this, we have even 5 methodologies. No, not 5, more. So Scrum, Kanban, XP, Lean, Adjective Project Framework, and others also. Scrum, we have now 3 roles, 3 artifacts, ceremonies. We have 5 ceremonies. So roles, product owner, Scrum Master, team, artifacts, product backlog, sprint backlog, product increment. Ceremonies, we have sprint, which is time boxed 1 to 4 weeks, sprint planning, sprint backlog, sprint goal, daily stand-up 15 minutes, 3 questions asked. What did we do yesterday since last meeting? What we have to do today, and what are the impediments. If we don't discuss more on impediments, that will be one-to-one later. Sprint review, either we have to accept, that is show and tell to product owner or any customer. So if it is accepted, it will go to product increment. If it is rejected, it will go to product backlog. Any new user story that has to be added or whatever, it will go into product backlog again. Sprint retrospective, we have 5 things: set the stage, gather the data, generate insight, decide on improvement, close, retrospective. Okay, so now concepts. Anyone want to explain over here further, or I should continue? Hello?
I guess you continue.
Okay. Okay.
The team member
Concept. Then time box, we have our continuous flow. We have like focus on prioritized item. Our team should be 100% focused. Concept in teams, we have cross-functional team, co-located team, continuous feedback, we accept, and then empowered and accountable team size of mostly 6 to 9 members. That's from Agile Scrum perspective. Okay. So now, now we have like, okay, stakeholders. Before that, okay, OPA or organizational process asset. We have mostly 5 policies, procedures, standards, templates, lessons learned over here. And EEF, enterprise environmental factor. That's we have STL, political, environmental, social, technology. Inside technology, we have PIMS, okay, project management information system, and then legal. Stakeholder. Okay, stakeholder, we have, we first identify the stakeholders, whether it's upward, downward, sideward. Okay, then we have power interest matrix. We prioritize it as a power interest matrix, like high power, high interest, high power, low interest, low power, high interest, and low power, low interest. Then we have stakeholder cubes, salience model. Okay. Okay, now communication. Coming back to communication, okay, we should be aware about cultural, political diversity and use of technology in this. We have 4 R's of communication. That is right information, to reach at right time, to reach right people, and right impact. 4 W's and 1 H. Who needs the information? What information is required? Where we have to store the information? when they need, the stakeholder needs the information, and how we have to deliver it. Again, in communication, we have three types of communication, either push, pull, interactive. Communication management plan is mostly approved by, not mostly, all time approved by sponsor. Communication, type of communication, internal, external, and feedback. Sorry, my mouth. Okay, anyone further can
Guys,
explain?
didn't you decide who will do the other part?
Uh,
Why Sanjeev is
no.
only doing? What about the other team members? Please, I told
I'll
you.
do it, Sanjeev.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll take
Yeah.
it for team and resource.
I'll keep on sharing. Just you tell me, I'll
Yeah.
go up. Okay.
No problem. Team and resource. So we have resources normally in PMP. And to be able to analyze the resource, we have the SWOT analysis, the team selection. We analyze by strength, weakness, threats, positive and negative for the resources. We have the team charter, ground rules, value conflict decision, which will be present in the team charter to help the resource communicate and work. We have emotional flow, understand yourself, manage yourself, social skills, empathy, and simplicity. We have stages of team, which is very important. Tuckman ladder, where you know where your team is and how they are performing. Forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning, which is the completion of normally project works. We have the what is the last one?
Adjourning.
Yeah, adjourning. No, we have the auto dictatorship and popularity. I think this is the type of leadership that we have in resource.
Correct.
Just move down, Sanjeev, on quality.
Yeah.
So for quality chapter, we have cost of quality. We have two types of cost of quality, conformance and non-conformance. We have the quality matrix where we have smart goals present, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Those are the goals that we have to set for the quality matrix. We have the quality management plan, which is going to set the quality of any product or equipment, material, or anything that the company is going to produce. Quality tools, which is going to help in having a good quality level of product equipment. We use benchmarking, checklist, control chart, Pareto analysis, Ishikawa diagram, or statistical sampling to help in having a test for good quality of product.
Finding RCS, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Please, Sanjeev, move down.
Yeah. That is risk.
We have risk chapter. Yeah. We have the risk management plan, which has to be approved by the sponsor normally all the time when we have changes or when it has to be approved. We have the risk register. Risk register is the document where we have all the types of risk present in the organization, where it has to be analyzed and categorized as per priority, and it has to be reassessed during all the phases of the project as well. We have risk attitude, risk report, risk threshold, exposure, and we have different type of organization where we have how they tackle risk normally. We have risk adverse, risk neutral, and risk seeker organization. We have the probability and impact matrix also, how we deal with the impact of a risk on a project and what are their probability, their impact. We have also the SWOT, OPA, EEF, focus group, and expert judgment, which will help us identify the risk present on the project. And we have risk response strategies. We have proactive, reactive. Normally we have positive risk and negative risk also. For positive opportunities, positive risk, we have exploit, enhance, and share the risk so that it is positive for the organization and as a whole. We also have threats related to the risk where we have to avoid, mitigate, and transfer. Just move down, Sanjeev.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we have this.
Someone want to go ahead with procurement?
Yeah, please.
Anyone?
Mashur or other people, why you are not doing, brother?
Yeah, I'll explain procurement. Okay. So for procurement types, we have started off identifying with the types of contracts. So there are four in total, starting off with the fixed cost and basically the variable cost. So and time and material. So in fixed cost, there are like three. So fixed cost incentive fee, fixed cost fixed versus incentive, and then there is the fixed cost award fee. And then moving on, we have the cost plus cost fee, which starts off with the cost incentive fee, and then the cost and award fee. So then we move on to the list of qualified vendors. So based on how do we choose the vendors? So firstly, starts off with either the make or buy analysis, whether we make or buy, and the source selection criteria. Based on that, we also move on to the procurement statement of work. Thank you.
Schedule management plan.
Anyone?
Okay, you can, Sanjeev, go ahead, please.
Okay. So schedule management plan, we have schedule baseline, okay, activity list, different type of relationship we have maintained over, we have over there, start to start, start to finish, finish to start, and finish to finish. Okay, WBS, activity attributes, WBS estimation, we have 3 points of estimation, triangular, 1 point, and beta estimation. I guess we have covered this much only, Amir.
That's all on our side, Amir.
That's it. Very well done, guys. Group 1, very well done. I loved it, especially the sticky notes, Sanjeev, you put aside. They were really good.
Yeah.
And that was a good mind map. Very well effort. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can
Thanks
stop
all.
your screen sharing.
Everyone did their best. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev.
You can stop your screen sharing, Sanjeev.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I would like to add, Amir, Sanjeev, he was very under pressure, and it was like, just he made it even though he was we had time constraint and he was under pressure.
It's a nice work. Okay, Akash, Amjad, Kehani, Ibrahim Said, Kamal, please, your mind map. Very well done, Sanjeev. Now we have team 2. Team 2, if you can share your mind map, please. Who will be sharing from team 2? Yeah, please.
Yeah, Amjad will be sharing.
Yeah, Amjad, go ahead.
Yeah, and Amjad, we will present accordingly. As I had discussed.
Go ahead. Amjad,
yeah, sure.
Go with the fundamental.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Shall I start?
Yes, please. Time is already running.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Business development and fundamentally starts from the business needs. There are the 2 types of business needs. Yeah, please left side. Zoom in. One tangible is there and another one is the intangible. Tangible comes under business case. Business case, we measure benefit cost ratio, IRR, ROI, and NPV. The intangible things is the benefit management plan, which only see the brand or recognition on its value. There are the, in the right side please. Up. There are the 3 types of PMO, supportive, controlling, and directive. Supportive, which gives the training, tools, techniques. Controlling, the supportive PMO, what they do. In addition, they also audit. And directive is guidance to the team. Then organizational structure. There are the 3 types of organizational structures: projectize, functional, and matrix. Projectize has a project manager have high power. Functionals have the functional manager have high power over the functions or operations. There are the 3 types of matrix: weak matrix, balanced matrix, and strong matrix. Weak matrix have project manager have less power. Strong matrix have functional manager have full power, and in balanced matrix both have equal power. There are the 3 types of, just to zoom it. There are the phases. In initial phase, we have 3 documents: project charter, assumption logs, stakeholder registers. In planning, we plan the activity. In execution phase, we actually do the work. In monitoring control, we manage the work, and in closing, we close the project. There are the two types of organization influences is there, OPS and EF. OPS is the procedure, policies, tools, database, template, lesson learned registered, and EF means enterprises involved factor. There are the PESTEL and PMIS. PESTEL represent political, environmental, economical, technical, and legal. And there are the two development approaches in that. One is the predictive and another is the chain driven. In predictive, the scope is fixed and in single delivery. Example is the construction of bridge or construction of in change driven. There are the three types of the approach, development approaches. First is the incremental, where the scope is the fixed and delivering the parts. That is the movie series example is there. In iterative, the scope is variable in accordance with the customers and we give the single delivery. Example, fashion design. In Agile, both scopes and delivery are changes in accordance with the customer needs. Then in life cycle, there are two types of life cycle is there in business project. In that, one is the product life cycle and another one is the project life cycle. The product life cycle starts from need assessment to operational, and the project life cycle it starts initiation, execution, planning, monitoring, and control and closing. That's it. Next, please.
Yeah, it's stakeholder. I will do it. Amjad, I will do it. Yeah, please
Okay,
zoom
please
out.
go ahead.
Yeah, stakeholder. Who are the stakeholders who are affected by the project or project is affected by them? That's all the stakeholders. We identify the stakeholders by project charter or ask from the sponsor or conduct interviews, organizational charts, EEF, OPA, or focus group. After that, we have the stakeholder register. After identify the stakeholders, we put all it in the stakeholder register. Then after that, we analysis the stakeholder that are the upward stakeholders that are the senior from me and downward stakeholders that are the junior from me, sideward stakeholders that are the equal to me. And then we prioritize the stakeholders. We do it by high power, high interest, low power, low interest, high power, low interest, and low power, low interest. High power, high interest are the team members that we closely do it, and high power, low interest are the CEO, government departments. We keep satisfied them, and low power, high interest are the competitors. We keep them informed. And low power, low interest are the kitchen staff and the security guards. We do it on the watch list. And we have the tools that are the stakeholder cubes and salience model. In the stakeholder cube, we have the interest, power, and other things. And in the salience model, we have the power, urgency, and legitimacy that are the legal rights. And we have the stakeholder engagement plan. How we are going to change the current level of stakeholder to our desired level is called stakeholder engagement plan. This plan will be put in front of the sponsor or change control board to approve. After approval, it will remain same throughout the project. Then we have to change. If we have to change it, then the change request will be updated, will be approved by the sponsor. The change request will be raised. Then we have the stakeholder engagement matrix. We have the unaware stakeholders and resistant stakeholders, neutral, supporting, and leading. That's all. Thank you.
G, who is doing the next thing?
Yeah, the communication one, I'll go. So communication, the basic rule in the communication is it has to be effective communication in order to excel in the organization. There are 4 R's of the communications. There should be right audience who you are giving the information at the right time. It should be the right time, the right amount of info, and the right impact. It should resonate with the audience. Then there are types of communications. There are push, pull, and interactive. Email and call comes under the push communication. blog or download something or articles, it comes under full communication. And interactive communication has face-to-face conversations or webinar, seminar, etc. And the basics of communication has three parts: sender, receiver, and the inside noise. The noise can be the language itself or the technological disruption. And for the communication to complete, the feedback is a must. Also, in the planning phase, we create the communication management plan, which consists of everything, what has to be done with the, how the communication will be done. Execution, we actually communicate with the stakeholders. And in monitoring and control, we review the communication. If it's correct and it's better communication, effective communication, then we go with it. Otherwise, we change it and we update the communication management plan by the help of CR. Next slide. Teams. Kamal, Ibrahim, Akash. Who was the one for the teams?
Guys, who was for the team? If you can do it, please continue. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, me, sir. Yeah, me, sir.
Yes.
Please. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Team have started from team charter. In team charter, it's written. Yeah, in team charter, it's written. Team charter itself written ground rules, decision making or management, or voting techniques also, and conflict management, and communication guidelines or communication techniques. In decision making, there are the different types of their types. One is the multi-criteria decisions, majority, autocratic decisions, and anonymous decisions. And training need assessment. And there are right side. There are the resource management plan for team. Yeah. Okay. In that, we identified 4 R's, 4M: material, money, machines, and resources. In resources, HR, training involves team training or individual trainings, coaching, and mentoring. There are the 2 types of team: physicals and remote. And there are the stages. There are the 4 stages of development of the team. First is forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Forming in steps, just they start or they are introduce themselves. Then in storming, they are starting to who is responsible for the which activity. In norming, all the team members are in norming stage where they start working. In performing, all the team members, they give their goods efforts for doing the task. In adjourning, they are the after the project, they live from each other. There are the receipt chart: who is responsible, who is accountable, whom to concern, and whom to inform. There are the another parts that is called as RAM, responsibility assessment matrix, which counts only responsibilities. There are the 5 types of the conflict management in the team. One is the L1, which is called as the problem to solve. These are the the problem between the 2 things. The project manager should not involve from here. The second stage is the disagreement, where the project manager start to interact with the team. Third is the context, where the win or lose situation is, where the lose or win situation is there. Then crusade, then grouping starts, and finally is the world war. Right side, please. Right, sorry, left. Up. In emotional intelligence, there are the 5 things. One is the self-awareness, self-management, social skill, and empathy, and motivations. In motivations, there are the 3 to 5 theories is there. For first is the Maslow theory. Maslow says that if your basic need is not fulfilled, you can't go to self-actualization or motivated. You can't go to get motivated. Second is the Herberts, which says about the hygiene and motivating agent. Hygiene agent is that the smallest thing, if you have, then you motivated it. That example is the salary, and the motivating agent is the opportunity or growth. McGregor says there are the two types of the peoples in there. One is the X type and another one is the Y. The X says people don't like to work, and the Y people's types is the people like to work. And McLean theory says about the power, achievement, and affiliation. People are motivated either by power, either by achievement, and affiliations. And there is another theory is called as expectancy theories. Motivated, if the something is valuable, then it will get motivated.
Okay, Samina, I think you wanted to present Agile.
Yes, I can present.
Yeah, please. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Agile is one of the way of doing a project. It's basically a minimum of a mindset. It's a philosophy. It has 4 values and 12 principles and practices. If we go to the values, the 4 most important values of Agile are individuals and interactions over processes and tools. And second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. A third one is responding to change over following a plan. And the fourth is customer collaboration over contract negotiations. And there are further 12 principles which are being derived from the values. We have given them here in the mind maps. So moving on to practices, there are multiple practices in Agile. So Agile is something like an umbrella in which different practices, different frameworks comes out of which there is a Scrum, there is an XP, pair programming, or you can say extreme programming. There's Kanban, Lean, Crystal, Safe, and please scroll up. Okay. Then we're going to discuss Scrum. Scrum is one of the Agile practice. It's a framework which basically have 3 roles. And out of these 3 roles, are, one is the product owner, which is basically the voice of our customer.
So guys,
And the second role,
when the clock strikes, the clock strikes. Time boxing, your time's up, team number 2. So I kind of like this thing when the time's up. Very well done. I really loved your mind map. Your mind map was beautifully made, excellently articulated, and very good time management. I really liked it. So heads off, team 2. Very well done. Good effort. Okay, let's stop this mind map, Amjad sir. Okay, now team 3. Now this is your time to shine and present your mind map. Amir, Imran, Jafar, Munas, Shazad, Piyush, Imadullah. Your time starts now. If you can start, please. I have turned the clock. So your time is now start. Please do that. Okay, let's go there. Please go ahead.
Okay, guys, I'll start with the fundamental, then you can proceed with the others. So in the fundamental, in the pre-initialization, we have business case and business management plan. Then under the fundamental concept, we have a concept of portfolio. Portfolio contains programs. Under programs, there are multiple projects running in parallel to operations. And then we have different type of organizational structures: functional, matrix, and projectized. Matrix further have 3 divisions: weak matrix, balanced matrix, strong matrix. In weak matrix, project manager is just expediter and coordinator. In the balanced matrix, project manager and functional manager both have almost same, but they are overseen by the sponsor in case if there is any conflict between both of them. And in strong matrix, project manager have more power than functional manager. Then there is the third type of organizational structure, that is projectized. And then there are PMOs, 3 types of PMOs: supportive, controlling, and directive. Then we have some concept under PMIS, EEF, OPAs. Under EEF, we have TCOP, VOCA, PASTEL. OPAs, they contain procedures and policies. Then related to fundamental, we have 12 principles and 8 performance domains. And then related to projects, we have 5 stages. Initialization. Under the initialization, we update 3 artifacts: project charter, assumption log, and stakeholder register. In planning, we maintain 18 plans, 33 documents or artifacts. Under execution, we do acquire, develop, manage, and do the actual work. Under the 4th stage, monitoring and control, we do variance analysis, planned versus actual. And in the closing, we do transition of deliverables, and then we update the archives, lesson learned, registers, OPAs. Then we have different type of life cycles. Predictive. In predictive, we have fixed scope, single delivery. Incremental, we have fixed scope, but multiple deliveries. In iterative, we have variable scope, but single delivery. In Agile, we both have different variable scope as well as multiple deliveries. Then in the PMP, we have 18 plans and 33 documents. Let's go to Agile. Amir Ali, can you please start? Amir?
Me?
Yeah, sure.
No, sir.
Yeah,
We also
sure.
have
Amir Aslam. Amir Aslam.
we have one teammate, Amir Ali.
That's
from-
Amir Aslam. That's Amir Aslam. I'm Amir Ali.
Yeah, sorry. It's
There is
okay.
conflict
Okay,
of-
okay,
So
go ahead,
I'm
go ahead.
gonna start
Go ahead,
that.
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
So in Agile, we have 4 values of Agile and 12 principles. And can you scroll the screen?
Sorry.
So in 4 values, no, on that side. Yeah, in 4 values, we have customer collaboration over contract negotiation, working software over comprehensive documents, and individual interaction over process and tools. The 4th one is response to change over following plan. And on the other side, we have 5 ceremonies in Agile and 3 artifacts. And 3 artifacts, we have a product backlog and a product sprint backlog and product increment. And in Agile, we have 3 roles like Scrum Master, Product Owner, Team Development Team. And in Agile, we have 5 ceremonies: sprint planning, daily stand-up, which is almost 15 minutes, and a sprint review and a sprint retrospective. Then we have checklist, the definition of ready, definition of done, acceptance criteria. Then in Agile, we have basic concepts like user story, user points, and user story points. We have velocity, and story points estimation techniques. We have ideal hours, affinity estimation, Fibonacci series, and in all of that, we have information radiator like burn up chart, burn down chart, Kanban, Kano, and taskbar tool. I think Agile has been completed.
So somebody can start stakeholder register, stakeholders. Jafar sir, maybe.
I will start it.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah. Stakeholder, any person, any individual, group, or organization that is affected or be affected by is called stakeholder. There is a stakeholder prioritization. We have power interest matrix.
Maybe we can start with
Okay, identification. The first step is to identify the stakeholder. There are different approaches we can use to identify the stakeholder. One is meet sponsor, meet SME, subject matter expert, focus group, facilitated workshop, OPAs, and WF, interviews, surveys, questionnaires. And the stakeholder classification. Stakeholders are classified into type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is internal stakeholder and external stakeholder. Type 2 is upward, downward, and sidewise. Next, we have prioritization. We have power interest matrix. Power interest matrix or power interest grid, we can say high power, high interest, high power, low interest, low power, high interest, and low power, low interest. So according to these prioritization, we contact with our stakeholders, manage closely, keep satisfied, keep informed, or watch list. Because in the project, there can be many stakeholders, even in thousands. So we prioritize the stakeholders and contact the stakeholders. There is another stakeholder cube, power, interest, and X factor. X factor can be anything, the language, gender, attitude, and another one is salience model, power, urgency, and legitimacy. Stakeholder planning. And stakeholder planning, we create stakeholder engagement plan. We find the current status of the stakeholder, and we also find what is our desired status of the stakeholder: unaware, resident, neutral, sportive, leading. Stakeholder communication plan. In communication plan, we have 4 hours of communication. One is right time, right impact, right person, and right information. Another is communication methods: push communication, pull communication, and interactive communication.
Any other teammate who want to start teams?
Okay, maybe you can continue, brother. Maybe you can continue. Yes.
Okay, sir. So we have 4 type of resources under RAM: machinery, money, material, and manpower. Under manpower, we have team. Okay. So in the teams, we do maintain multiple artifacts like resource management plan, resource calendar, Raki chart, RAM, team charter, TNA. And then we have different stages of the teams as defined by the Tuckman ladder: forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. And then there are some other stages, concepts like, for example, conflict. Conflict happens between the teams. So what are the different stages, how to handle, and what are the different types? Stages involve, for example, the conflict could be at the stage 1, where we try to solve it. Either we disagree, or we do the contest, or we do crusade, or we conclude that there is no solution, so we define it as a world war stage. Then how to handle the conflict? There are different techniques. We have win-lose situation, we have win-win situation, we have lose-win situation. And the lose-win, we do either accommodate or we do the smoothing. And in the lose-lose, we either avoid or we do withdraw. Then there is another technique to handle the conflicts, which actually is either overlapping in all or any one of them, or separate to them. That is the compromising. Then we have different type of decision types under the conflict. That is unanimous, autocratic, or dictatorship, majority, or plurality. Then we have, for the teams, we have multiple motivational theories like Maslow's theories. Maslow's theories have hierarchy of needs: self-actualization, self-esteem, belonging, safety, and physiological. Second theory is Herzberg theory. Herzberg theory contains 2 factors: hygiene factors and motivators. Hygiene factors like salary and work environments, and under motivators is advancement, recognition, engagement. Third theory is McGeorge theory. It have 2 theories, 2 factors: theory X and theory Y factor. In the theory X, it have either they don't trust the team, so they should be monitored, or they should be deal with the authoritative manners. And in the theory Y, the team is trustable, and they are all participative. Then there is expectance theory and McLeod theory. In the McLeod theory, there are 3 factors: power, achievement, and affiliation. We have some other key concepts under the teams, like, for example, the leadership skills required by the team leads, or the scrum masters, or the project managers. He must be a servant leader, he must be a facilitator, he must be a coach, he must be a mentor. He must be aware of the emotional intelligence. How to handle the emotional intelligence? Self-awareness, self-management, social skills, empathy, and motivation. Then we have risk. Guys, you want to continue with risk? Jafar sir?
Yeah, I want to continue the risk.
Yes, please, Abu. Please.
So in risk, actually risk is the probability into impact, and in risk we have key artifacts. We have artifacts like a risk management plan, risk register, risk report, issue log, lesson learned. And while prioritizing the risk, we have a qualitative risk and a quantitative risk. And a qualitative risk, we have influence diagram, tornado analysis, expected monetary analysis, Monte Carlo analysis. And then we have a response or outcomes, which is positive or negative. In positive, we have opportunity, and in negative, we have threats. And in identification of the risk, we have same thing, which we have identification in a stakeholder, like meet with the sponsor. And the second one is subject matrix analysis, enter with the subject matrix analysis, and then OPAs, EF. In EF, we have PESTEL, and OPS, we have procedure, policies, and other one is facilitated workshop, focus group, and in organization risk attitude, we have a risk appetite. In this, we have a risk averse, with a risk seeker, risk neutral, and risk averse, basically who run away from the risk, and risk seekers. Then we have risk response strategies. I think it's enough.
Yeah, that's all from our side.
Gee, that's it. Very well done, guys. Very well done. I really liked your mind map. I really liked how slowly you move towards each topic. So a round of applause to team three. Very well done, guys. Very well done, team. Good Shazad, good work. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, now is the time for team four to shine. Team four. Now it's your time, Amaya, Asif, Bala, Faisal, Galadima, Vyas, Tahir Khosa. Please share your screen. Your time has started. Please share your team. Share your. Ji, your time has started.
Okay, ji. Asif?
Ji, please continue.
Okay. Yes, I will start. Please zoom in on fundamental. Yes. I'm unable to read actually. Is it okay now? Okay, yes. Okay, actually project is a need of the business. So why business? Project are always has end date, and operation should be ongoing. In business case, should be business value. Business value two types, tangible and intangible. So intangible, we should have profit, revenue, money. And intangible, you can say that it's a business management plan. It have later value. So little bit move left, so right. Actually, I'm unable to read. Little bit down. Yes. Okay. Down now. Little bit down. Okay. Down. No. You have to go down. Yeah. Actually, I want to go on portfolio. Yes. Okay. Yes. Organization strategy. So organization strategy, we should have portfolio and in portfolio, there is a program. In the program, there is a projects, different projects, project 1, 2, 3, 4. So in portfolio, in portfolio projects plus operations, you can say correlated projects also going on and plus operations. And in the program, correlated projects. So business case in different terminologies, we can use business case. I told you that tangible values should be benefit should be more than the cost. So in other values, you can say that it's return on investment, net return value, and internal rate of internal rate of returns, and also percentage case cash inflow minus cash outflow. So little down. No, up. You have to go up. Yes, exactly. So organizational influence, EEF, PASTEL, you can say, and also PMIS, VUCA, and organization policies, templates, procedures, and organization metrics. Metrics, strong metrics, weak metrics, balanced metrics. In strong metrics, project manager has more power. And in weak metrics, project manager has less power, but function manager has more power. In strong metrics, function manager has less power. But in balance, both manager functional and project manager have equal power. And also there is a projectized and function. In function also only operation. As I can give you my own project example, because I'm working in a one operation maintenance project. Before, for example, I give you one example. Before we execute one park and we got that value. After that project ended, the operation maintenance of that park also we got. So now little bit down. Yes, PMO should be three types: for sportive, directive, and controlling. So in that project management office, there is three types of sportive that will provide you support, okay, and directive they will give you. There are directions from the PMO and also full control from the project management office. Now I think it's finished fundamental.
So fundamental is almost finished. It also covers the product life cycle.
Yes, yes. Project life cycle, actually project life cycle, as I told you that it's a should end date and 5 phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control, and closing. If operation we will include in this, then a product life cycle.
Thank you, Asifji. So I will take it from over here. So once we are done with the fundamentals, we will come with the project life cycle approach. So under project life cycle approach, we have adaptive, and then predictive, and hybrid approach. Under adaptive, we have iterative, incremental, and agile. Under agile, we have 4 values. First is the individuals' interactions over process and tools. Then customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Working software over comprehensive documentation. And responding to change over following a plan. Agile also has 12 principles and 3 artifacts. So, And Agile has some methodologies. To name a few, there are Scrum, Kanban, Lean, XP, Bristol, test-driven development, and future-driven development. We will be discussing more about Scrum. So Scrum has 3 artifacts, 5 ceremonies, and 3 roles. So under artifacts, we have product backlog, sprint backlog, product increment, and we have 5 ceremonies or events, which are named as sprint planning, daily Scrum meetings, the sprint review, and sprint retrospective. Under sprint retrospective, we will be setting the stage, gathering data, generating insights, and deciding what needs to be done. Okay, and then we have 3 roles under Scrum. First one is Scrum Master, second one is Product Owner, and the development team. In Scrum, we also use some terminologies such as definition of done, definition of ready, acceptance criteria, features, epic, and some information radiators, which are burn-up charts, burn-down charts, velocity, fishbone techniques, task board, and the Kanban board. And we under Scrum, we will be using user stories estimation techniques such as PERT, planning poker, Fibonacci series, and affinity module. So this is from my end. Over to you,
Stakeholder.
For the stakeholder. Yes, please go ahead.
Now, stakeholder, anyone who's affected or anyone who's perceived is or thinks is affected is called as stakeholder. Now, there are several steps to identify the stakeholders that can be listed as. We can ask subject matter expert or from sponsor. Or we can get the information from project charter or from business case or from business management plan. And we from focus group where we interact with 8 to 12 people, or then from OPA from policies, and from we can get from lesson learned, and EEF, and then facilitated workshops. After identifying stakeholder, we put them into a document called as stakeholder register. After putting them into stakeholders, we classify them. We classify them as upward, downward, sideward, or they may be internal or toward external. After classifying them, we prioritize them based on that power and interest. Anyone who has a high power and high interest on the projects, we monitor closely, and anyone we have who has a high power and less interest, we keep them satisfied. And anyone who has low interest and low power and high interest, we keep them informed. They may be a competitor or media. And anyone who has low power, low interest, we call them as kitchen staff. We just monitor them. And apart from this, we have stakeholder cube. In the stakeholder cube, we have 3 parameters. The first two is fixed, that is interest and power. And third can be anything else. It may be geographical, anything it can be. And after prioritizing them, we have stakeholder engagement plan where we engage stakeholder through a strategy from where the stakeholder belongs to the current engagement level to a desired engagement level. Yeah, that's all from my side, stakeholder.
Okay, Sangeeta, would you like to continue with communication and risk?
Yeah, for communications, we have a 4 hours. In 4 hours, we have a right information with the right time, with the right people, with the right impact. Then there are 3 type of methods in the communication: push communication, pull communication, interactive. In the communication models, we have a encode and decode this communication, politicals and cultural awareness. So these are for the communication things. Moving to the risk. Risk is, we know that this is an unidentified event which having the impact, positive impact or negative impact. Positive impact we called as an opportunity, and negative impact we called as a threat. Once a risk is identified, we put the risk in risk registers. And then if the risk if there is an already event occurred, then we call it as a we enter those risk in the issue. We enter those event in the issue and the issue logs. So in risk, we have a risk management plan. There is a risk attitude, that is a risk averse, means avoid the risk. Risk seekers means run towards this risk. And risk neutral, that is a calculate those risks. In risk process, with the risk management plan, we have to identify the risk by these different tools, by the data gathering, brainstorming, focus groups, workshops, EEF, and by OPM methods. Then we identify, once a risk is identified, we have to prioritize those risks. Prioritizations methods having the qualitative and quantitative. In quantitative, we have a qualitative, we have a power impact, probability impact matrix. Then qualitative, we have a influence diagram, sensitivity analysis, expected monetary values, tornado diagram. Then simulation, Monte Carlo's analysis. And next, moving to the risk response. Once risk identified, prioritize, then we have to respond those risks. In risk response, for the positive response, we have exploit techniques, enhance and share. Whereas for negative risk, we have a response part is avoid, mitigate and transfers. Also in the risk, we have a active and passive. As a reactive mode, we have active and passive methodology. So in active, we have a contingency plan and fallback plan. Whereas in passive, we don't have any actions, we don't have any plan, so we just accept it. This is all about the risk and communications. Okay, so next, quality. Hello.
Yes, we are listening to you, my friend. Who? Somebody was sharing the screen. Why did they stop?
Yes,
Ameya.
Ameya, I guess he lost his internet. This is okay. Sometimes things happen. Anyway, guys, you had 1 minute left. So very well.
For quality.
Yeah. Sangeeta,
Quality, I can explain in 1 minute.
Go ahead. I would love to see that.
Yeah, for quality is we know that as per the standards we have to follow the qualities and basic tools in quality we follow as a benchmarking. Whereas in quality we have a cost of quality. In cost of quality we have a cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. Cost of conformance means the cost which incurred in the trainings, and cost of non-conformance any defects and occurred, that cost comes under the non-conformance. In quality management plan, in that we have a quality matrix and quality manage the quality. Next is a manage the quality. Manage quality, we have an audit and we check the effectiveness of the process. In quality control, next is a control quality. In control quality, we inspect the deliverables. Means as per this, after that we validate the deliverables, and that there are tools which we use in the control quality and manage quality, like checklist, check sheet, audit, inspection, sampling. We have a statistical attribute sampling, histogram, parallelogram, control charts, root cause analysis.
Very well done. Time's up, Sangeeta. Very well done. So now that is called magic, and I am proud to say that only my students can do it. Very well done, Sangeeta, and very well done, Group 4. So guys, what just has happened with batch 4 or team 4? In which document we will put it? Risk register, issue log, lesson learn register, or lesson learn repository? Where we should put it first? Issue log. Very well done. Very well done. Very well done, team 4. Loved it. I love the way how you articulated. And okay, thank you. Yeah, I was drinking coffee. Thank you for that. Yeah. So we will be moving forward with the last team. Fateh, Justin, Matiullah, Raja, Ram Kumar, Shahid, Aftab, Didas. Please.
Yeah, I'm just sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, your time starts. Please start, sir.
Yeah, just
go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is.
Please.
Yeah. I will start with the fundamental. So for to initialize the project, we need a business case. We have need assessment, business benefit management plan, and business case. Business case has tangible benefits, and business management plan has BCM has BMC. Business management plan has intangible benefits. And organization has enterprise environmental factors, which comes from PESTEL, and OPS. OPS contains lessons learned register, repository of tools and templates, policies and procedures. Then in the fundamentals, there are mainly 3 project life cycles: hybrid, predictive, and agile. Predictive has 5 phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. Planning has planning documents, risk, communication, stakeholder, etc. There are 18 plan documents. These are some of them. Organization, there are different organization types: projectized, functional, and metrics. Metrics also defined into 3 types: strong metrics, weak metrics, and balanced metrics. In the organization, PMO are 3 types: supportive, directive, and controlling. Yeah, so these are the definite complete definitions from Mindmap of fundamentals. Right. Okay. Anybody from to explain Agile from Team 5?
Yeah, go ahead. This can show it to the screen.
Yeah.
Move up.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Right. You can see.
No, just move forward the screen to Agile, please.
Your screen is stuck to fundamental, Justin.
Yes, Justin, screen.
Justin,
Okay, I will stop sharing and resume sharing. Okay. No. It's going. Yeah. Can see now?
No, cannot.
Still it's fundamental. Maybe you need to put it the other one, na? Please.
Okay, we make separate.
So okay.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, please.
I think something wrong. One minute. I will stop share and redo it again.
Sure,
1 second.
Sure.
There's another issue wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. You see, no matter how much you plan, the issues will happen. Yes, Justin, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we have Agile. Please continue with the Agile, guys.
Yeah, there is Agile. Agile have 2 core values. There is 12 principle core values: working software, individual and interaction, customer collaboration, responding to change, and how to practice. Period. Have to the Scrum. The one roles is 3: project owner and servant leader and team. And go to events 5: the sprint planning, daily stand-up, then sprint review and sprint retrospective. And attributes 3: sprint backlog, product backlog, and product increment. You have to this Kanban, Lean, XP, Extreme. So then go to Agile, user stories. There is 3 CS, story points, information editors, have to burn up chart, burn down, and a task code. In sprint review after DOD, then go down the chart.
Yeah.
Stakeholder code.
Oh, stakeholder. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So this is done, right? Agile is completed, right? Yeah.
Stakeholder here, stakeholder identification, stakeholder register, and stakeholder clarification. Stakeholder clarification have to downhead and uphead. And priorities: high power, high interest, high power, low interest, low power, low interest, low power, high interest. Stakeholder engagement plan,
engagement matrix, have the unaware, have the resistant, neutral, supporting, and leading. That much money?
Yeah.
Cool.
I go through with communication, guys.
Communication. Is anybody to take it?
Okay, I'm taking the communication. So communication is the guys. I'm audible, no?
Yes.
Okay. The information goes from one person to another person is called communication. Okay, in a PMI language, we can say the sender is called as an encode the communication, and the receiver he will decode the communication. The way they are using, we are called this medium. Okay, these are types of communication or methods of communication. It's a pull communication, push communication, and interactive communication. Pull communication, which is push in the push communication, we just push the send the information like email, text message, or telemarketing like this. And in the pull communication, we make the effort to get the information, like see the videos on the YouTube and like this. And in interactive communication, we have that when the two persons are communicate, they are using for feedback is called interactive communication. Okay, so there's a note communication is the job of the PM. Project 90% of the job of the PM is the communication. Okay, and there's a classification of the communication. There's a stakeholder and team. There's a diversity and a cultural tools for the communication. We have urgency and what is next? Can you please move the screen? Just a little bit right.
Right.
Okay, no problem.
Can see,
It's a communication management plan. We have a four R of communication: right impact, right time, right people, right information at the right time to the right people, make right impact. Okay, and then we have a communication planning. Up to here, we have the planning is done. Then we have a managed communication. Okay, how to manage the communication. And then there is a I think I had to write up like this.
Yeah, after we actually we couldn't complete this fully, so probably we have only wrote this much.
That's it. That's it. Or
Yeah,
anything else we have?
Yeah, that's.
We'll go for quality.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it then. Okay, guys, thank you for this. And now my question to you is that how was the exercise? What did you learn from the mind map exercise? Wasn't it the best exercise that you can learn 5 time PMP? So that's why I call this as the cornerstone of my training for the entire entire training. That when you make the mind map, you understand the entire PMP. So, guys, I loved it. I loved too much learned, can't explain. Yes, I will recommend that you keep making the entire mind map at your own. Let me stop the recording. Okay, everyone who is watching, thank you for live. Let me stop it there so we can finish. So just to put in this thing, I guess you know that tomorrow we have PMP marathon at 8 p.m. UA time. At 8 p.m.